This episode of the FREE99 podcast is brought to you by Joyride Pizza. Made to share local ingredients, family owned, you'll leave filled with joy. Order online right now, joyridepizza.com. Follow them on Instagram at joyride.pizza. That's on. That's like we live.
We live.
Jan Wayne Swayze presents the FREE99 podcast. Be sure to follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Twitch, Instagram. Search FREE99 podcast. Shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out to all the listeners.
All y'all.
Jan in the building.
Yo.
Rommel in the building.
Straight from the underground, fat boy from the mound. Spit it like I live it, keep it gutted. That's how we get down.
I am the good homie Gus Customer Service on episode 175. 175 of the FREE99 podcast. Rommel, please introduce.
Oh, man.
Please introduce my dude right here to the right of me, to the left of you.
Oh, man. Hopefully I don't fuck this up. Today, we got the Mestizo Master of Ceremonies,
Woo.
Bay Area born,
Woo.
and now cementing his name among the likes of musical talent in Richmond, Virginia.
Come on.
NFT creating.
Come on.
Filipino culture representing.
Trilla.
Freestyle dismembering. Storefront owning, which I just found out. Don't you dare call him Noah H. unless you got the answer, Sway. Get ready to get charged up. We got Noah on the fucking building.
Hey,
y'all.
Noah. Charged up, baby. Charged up.
That's the best intro anybody's ever did. That was incredible. God.
He raps before he tells you anything. He does rap.
See, you know what? I was thinking about if I was gonna say it on today's podcast, and I was like, I rap, but this motherfucker right here, this dude raps, dog. I have to say, I am in awe by your body of work.
Thank you.
I dived in a bit. Richmond Brave. Yo,
Yes,
I saw the video for Time. That shit is dope, man.
Thank you.
That's why I asked you who smokes stoves, because I seen you trying to fix that one.
Yeah. I used to. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Nicotine.
Real quick though, shout out to Joyride Pizza, joyridepizza.com. Today's sponsor got us 4 different flavors. Jan, could you read off the flavors that Joyride gave us?
Bacon me crazy.
Bacon me crazy.
Here.
Bacon me crazy. Is that vegan?
No.
Not
No.
vegan, no.
Damn.
Pesterific. Right
That's
here.
terrific. That looks fucking
Is that
delicious.
tomato sauce?
Sweet heat.
Ooh,
on this one.
sweet
and
heat.
vegan sausage.
Vegan sausage.
Vegan sausage.
That's what she said. So shout out to Joyride Pizza.
Shout
They got
out
a
to
bunch of
Joyride.
locations in the Bay Area.
Damn.
411 Valencia Street, 730 Howard Street, 685 Market Street, 530 Haight Street,
Wait, but what if I-
912 Gilman Street, and 2001 Juniper Serra.
Yeah, what if I don't want to go to the city? Where can I find them at?
Oh, they're if you want, they're in Daly City Tap Room, 2001 Juniper Boulevard. They got a spot in Berkeley. So shout out to
Yo.
Joyride. Shout out to Eggs who pulled up special delivery. They don't deliver this far, but we got it. We got it.
Special
Yeah.
delivery.
What is that right there?
Shout out to Eggs.
This one right here?
It's my
Whipped
favorite
cream.
source of protein.
Man, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Look how they pipe that shit too. Is that
Damn.
ricotta?
Like pizza cupcakes.
Come on, man.
Yeah, damn.
We're here for it.
Yeah.
My-
trying to
my
show you something
intro-
Virginia don't got.
My intro to Noah, and this is before I ever met him. Jake, shout out to Nada, man. That's my brother for real. And
Barnada?
yeah,
Jake's
man,
the guy,
bar
man.
none.
Shout out to Jake, bro.
He's been connecting dots. You were Jake was doing a freestyle on like a random day in a club in the city called 330 Rich. You were wearing an airbrush shirt fresh off of shout out to
yeah.
Mike Belfry. It was like orange and blue.
Yeah, I still got it. We from right up the block.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Belfry, man. You were freestyling and you demanded the stage because everyone was like a local cat, right? Jake has a certain stage presence. When you rapped, I was like, who's this dude? Like, I had to ask Jake, I go, who's that? I go, oh, it's my boy Noah, man. He's from he used to be from Daly City, but then he moved to Richmond. He's doing this thing right now. That's my Jake impersonation.
Yeah, that's hella funny. Nah, shout out to Rest in peace, Hustle Simmons too, man. Jamon.
Love you, Jamon, man.
Yeah,
Love
man.
you, Jamon.
Rest in peace, man.
Hey, but yeah, like the way you took the stage over, you were grilled up, you were slugged up top and bottom.
Yeah.
Top and bottom. And this was like 2006.
Yeah, probably 06, 07.
Damn, 06.
In that era.
Yeah, and then he came and he really like delivered, and he had a strong stage presence. And I was like, who is this dude? And then fast forward a couple, I got to work with him. He actually let me be in one of his videos. There was a song though that I fell in love with. Was I Got It? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was making his rotations like the MTV2s and MTV, and he was the only dude of that. He was the only dude not black in the video.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the story of my life. Especially, like you were saying earlier, I was born out here. I grew up out here partially, and then in Virginia, which is the South, East Coast. You know what I mean? So it's not as diverse as out here. Let me say that.
Yeah. But I mean, like, even though it's not as diverse as it is here in Cali, bruh, it seems like you're fucking thriving.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it seems like you ain't got no problem at all.
Nah, man. I think like, especially like coming up out here, it molds you a certain way. You feel me? Like, and I don't think
that work ethic.
Yeah, work ethic, hustle, like the mentality, the independent mind state. Like, there's just a lot of shit about the Bay that's really like, it just molds your mindset a certain way. So I had grown up here enough to have that instilled in me. So it didn't matter where they dropped me out of a plane at. You feel me? I was gonna be me regardless. So I think that has a lot to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, especially like the time period, and then the South. Like, the South is full of transplants.
How old were you when you left the Bay to move to the South?
I was 12. I was going to 7th grade, so I was 12, about to be 13.
And that's when like you really started discovering like hip hop around that era, right?
And you start to like, I feel like at 12, 13, you know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know I knew who I was. You feel me? I had already gotten into shit. I was, especially out here, like, the thing about out here is like, I was already like moving around by myself. Like, my parents didn't hold my hand, so I'm like catching the bus. I grew up in Daly City, but then I also lived in the city, like off Geneva. So I would ride the bus every day by myself from like Geneva to top of the hill, then transfer. You know what I mean? So I'm like already in my mind, I'm grown. You know what I'm saying?
You've been independent.
Yeah, man. But I feel like being Filipino or just being different ethnically, like it was like, on one hand, it could be like a disadvantage or like you got to work extra hard. But on another side, it's like it helped me stand out.
You already stick out, yeah.
And what's crazy is like growing up out here, I didn't stick out. So I never knew that feeling, right? But then as soon as I like moved there, it's like instantly, it was like I stood out.
Yeah.
And that shit was weird at first. Like, just,
was it like, but it didn't draw like negative attention per se.
Hell,
it was
it's negative.
Talk about it.
It's not cool. Like, you know what I mean? Especially like when you're a kid, you're trying to like, a kid, especially like middle school and going into high school, you just kind of want to fit in and like blend in. And
everyone already got their clicks.
Yeah, you feel me? So I came and it's like,
somebody said you were Mexican, right?
Yeah, bro, I got called everything. You know what I mean? Mexican. And then when I'll be like, I'm not Mexican, they'd be like, what are you? I'll be like, I'm Filipino. What's that? Is that Cambodian or Chinese? Or and then, so it was like, it wasn't as diverse, especially at that time. The internet wasn't around, so people would just be like, well, I'm going to just say you're Puerto Rican. That's what I'm just like. Or, you seem kind of like us, so I'm going to just say you're like part black. I'm like, all right, bro. Like,
yeah, like, I'll take it, whatever.
Yeah, but on another side, too, that's what made me, like, I was just telling somebody this earlier, like, bro, imagine you move somewhere and it's like there's nobody who's the same as you. Like, and I tell my black friends out there, I'm like, bro, imagine if like you got dropped off somewhere and there's no black people. So every day you got to explain what a black person is.
Yeah.
That's what made me embrace it. It's not, sometimes like me and Jake, we've been talking ever since we've been teenagers. He'd be like, bro, you be rapping hella hard. I'm like, bro, it's not because I'm like, like, you get what I'm saying? It's not because I want to like, yeah, let me wear a Filipino flag or put it on my chest. But it's like every day I would have to answer that question. Like, so what are you? What is that? What does it mean? Like,
so like by like wearing like a Filipino jersey, you're like, don't ask. Just look at the shirt.
I'm gonna just put the shit on. So there you see what it is. That answers that question. Now we could get to other things.
And then Manny Pacquiao be like, "That's like, oh yeah,
exactly." Manny Pacquiao.
Exactly.
That was like
Bruno Mars. God,
that was the first big like impact where everyone knew what a Filipino was
Pacquiao,
with Manny. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's normally, and then now it's crazy because like now there are more, you know what I mean? There's more representation.
Yeah.
But the thing is too, like, there's a lot of people that's mixed. You feel me? That are like half Filipino, and I feel like that's something that's different too. Like in other cultures, it's not as common. You feel me? Like even me, like bro, I got 10 cousins. All of us are half Filipino or something else. Like Filipino Samoan, Filipino Mexican, Filipino white. You know what I mean?
I mean, just us Filipinos are just hella attractive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
we look good.
Yeah, we look good.
Yeah.
Come have babies with us. So
They do.
So my question, and I know you rep the Filipino culture so hard, dog. Do you rep kind of like the Sicilian side or the Italian side as well?
Like that, I mean, like my last name is Italian. My father, he was white, he was Italian, but that's not something I grew up around. Like I grew up here. I grew up with, I grew up in the house with my grandparents. Like they're from the Philippines. They're flying back and forth. So that's not.
It's not what you're familiar with. Like, you can't get down with it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just not something. Even though I was exposed to it, like I would go visit. My dad's Italian side, they were straight from Sicily. Like my great grandma, like she didn't even speak English when she came to America.
Oh shit!
Yeah, bro. Like they moved straight from Sicily to New York, and it was something I was exposed to. Like, so I'm familiar with that side, but not, it wasn't like a part of my daily upbringing. Especially like, can you imagine?
So how can you rep it, right?
Yeah. You feel me? Like I know, in like certain things with my father and his mannerisms. His mindset, you feel me? Like he was
stand-up guy.
Yeah, he's very aggressive,
guy.
no bullshit. Like, don't let nobody fuck you over. Like, I feel like I kind of got the best of like both. You feel
both
me?
worlds, yeah. So I don't know if a lot of the listeners have heard any of your music or seen your fucking freestyles, which are crazy. But it's easy to say that, my friend, you are quick with it.
Yeah.
So, I got a little game for you today.
Oh, man, I can't rap right now.
No, I'm gonna ask you to rap. No. We ain't rapping today.
You gotta give me nicotine.
Yeah.
But this game today is gonna be called Quick Wit It. All right?
Let's go.
So all I'm gonna say is I'm just gonna say one, and it'll give kind of like the listeners a chance to kind of get to know you more. I'm gonna say a phrase, I'm gonna say one word, and then just kind of talk what it reminds you about or what comes to mind, all right? All right, first one, ready? Lola.
My grandma.
Talk about it.
My grandma, she's Ilocano. She's from a town called Padig in the Philippines.
She's from the Excelsior.
Yeah.
She's in the Excelsior.
Hey, shout out to Ilocanos.
Yeah, she's from the Excelsior. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. I love my grandma.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Shout out to all the Aguilas, man. All my family.
Love.
All right, next one. Gus touched on this a bit. 7th grade.
Shit, 7th grade was, oh man, culture shock, man. They dropped me off in Virginia. It was a shit show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had never experienced it. The first thing I noticed, as soon as I got off the plane, I didn't go straight to Virginia. I went to Washington, D.C. And it was like the end of summer and it was humid.
Yeah.
I had never experienced humidity.
Yeah, damn.
So I couldn't breathe. I think for like 6 months, I couldn't breathe through my nose. Because I was like getting exposed to new allergies and bro. But yeah, man, 7th grade was a crazy time, man.
Yeah. All right, next one. All right. Wake Up Show.
Oh, the Wake Up Show. Shout out to Sway.
Shout out to Sway.
Yeah, to those who don't know, I was blessed to Sway blessed me into the rap fraternity. But I've been on Sway in the Morning a couple times. I got interviewed. Been able to tell my story.
Living amongst the hyenas.
Yeah. He said I'm a hyena now. I got to rap. So, yeah, shout out to Sway, man.
And you did that with a Filipino jersey on. Let everyone know.
Nah, man, I'm very conscious of that. Especially like, bro, like I just did an interview the other day in Atlanta. for this platform called Off the Porch. And I'm about 99.9% like sure I'm the first Filipino on there. So like a lot of things I've been able to do, I'm just conscious of the fact that like, bro, I may be the first. I may be the only. If I'm whack, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna reflect badly on more people than just me. So I try my best to just like
I can confirm for you that you are not whack, sir. You can get that shit out of your head because
nah, man. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, bro,
it's kind of like a weight. Yeah. It's a weight that kind of.
And you got to come harder. You really you can't just be average.
Nah. And that's, you know what I mean? Like sometimes people talk to me about that, and I'm like, bro, I understand. Like I'm very, especially like I said, like bro, I grew up here. But I grew up in Virginia, bro. The city I grew up in is where like America started in Virginia.
Yeah.
Things like slavery originated in Virginia. So when you talk about like things like hip hop and like black culture, like bro, I'm aware of the fact, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like that, bro, this is like something that's invented in America, something that was invented by African Americans. You feel me? So like how somebody African American may feel like, yo, bro,
it's like cultural appropriation or something.
Yeah, but
it's done out of respect.
Yeah, but this too though is like, all right, why am I gonna complain that I gotta go twice as hard rapping when I have a homie who, because he's black, he may have to go twice as hard just to get a job.
In life, that's fucking facts. That's
you know what I mean?
Facts,
like he can
dude.
excel at everything, but somebody's like, bro, I don't want no black people around. So it's like, I'm not gonna complain about the fact like this shit is optional. You know what I'm saying?
But you're very cognizant of it. Yeah.
And like that's part of like just, you know what I'm saying? Like being raised out there, like even things like the N-word, people are like, yo, bro, do you say the N-word? I'm like, nah. When I grew up out here, I did.
Yeah.
But it's because I wasn't aware of the fact. Like now I'm living somewhere where these phrases hold
you see the roots of it.
Weight. Yeah, bro. And like my homies wouldn't trip. Like for real, it's probably like large majority of people who wouldn't trip or try to check me. But it's like that's a conscience. That's a side of me that's aware or socially conscious enough that it's like, nah, bro, shit is not cool. You feel me?
Yeah, I know. I remember that. Right before the freestyle on the Wake Up Show. On the Sway show. They did a quick interview and they asked you about that, right? Somebody, I forgot what the lady's name is, but she asked you.
Heather B.
Is it Heather B? Yeah.
I think it was
Heather B or Tracy or one.
Yeah, and it was like almost as if like, well, do you do this? And you're like, your comeback to it was like, no, like your children are half black, right? Like you don't really fuck with that. Like it's very respectful the way that you kind of approach or maneuver.
Yeah,
very respectful. So I want to give you those flowers.
Yeah, because most people don't think outside of their like immediate circle or their immediate world, but like as you're like reaching different I'll say avenues or platforms, it goes beyond your world. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So it's like you can't just think like limited to what your circle of friends might say. Like I said, like bro, I do get respect where I'm from. You feel me? Like throughout that region, like bro, people respect me. They know what I do, or you know what I mean? Like I just maneuver a certain way, putting a certain amount of work. Even the people that I'm around, where it's like, bro, it's very few people that's gonna approach me in a disrespectful manner. You know what I mean?
And if I'm sure if anybody does, it's like, yo, like relax, like because I'm sure people will back you up on that.
Yeah.
And like you said too, it's like you've been around like you've traveled to like the different regions where like music is seen differently or the culture is seen, and you respect all of it and you kind of like soak it and take it in.
Yeah, bro. Like hip hop culture, for real, man. Like you said, I've been all around this country, bro. I spent a lot of time in New York, a lot of time in Atlanta, Texas, Florida.
You got family in New York, though, right?
Yeah. So I go to New York pretty often, but like, it's just it's different pockets of like how can I say different communities all across the country that are the same but different. But it's like where I've experienced enough and I have ties to enough of these places to like have respect or know how to maneuver through it. You feel me?
Yeah, that actually is a great segue to the next word, and the next word is VA.
VA is like
VYAY.
Yeah, that's Virginia and the Yay area. Those is my roots. You feel me? So if you see that, It's the V and the A, but it's the yay.
But it's also something that you started too.
Yeah. Like, we threw we used to throw like these community events, Virginia Youth of Yearning.
Yeah, and I think that's amazing because I do remember like hearing in one of your freestyles you said something about like giving back to the community, and I think with VA and everything that you do, you live to that.
Yeah, man, like that's just something that was like instilled in me. Like, bro, if you have any type of success or platform, you should use it to like either elevate your community or the people around you. You know what I mean? I just feel like a certain amount of responsibility. But like, even when I was like growing up out here, my pops used to have a real estate agency in the Bayview, and like I grew up spending a lot of time on 3rd Street in the Bayview. And he would do a lot of things for the community.
Yeah.
And he just like put that in my brain. Like, bro, you could get money. Like, you have to get money. We live in America. Like, you got a responsibility to the people around you to get money. But there's a way you could do it where it's not, you don't put the money before people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or use the money to elevate.
Stand up dude.
Yeah.
Stand up dude.
Elevate your circumstances and the people around you. Because if not, like when it comes to like, especially with creative people, like, bro, people have this fantasy like, oh, bro, I could just do shit and my talent will like provide. And it's like, nah, you got to figure that part out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It's like a prayer without action.
Yeah. Faith without works, bro.
Exactly.
You gotta work, bro.
I got a couple. So I got a couple more real quick.
Yeah.
All right, next one is New Grand Mart.
New Grand Mart. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool too because this was a fucking shot in the dark.
Yeah.
I like checked the Yelp to see Filipino restaurants in Richmond, Virginia, and they are slim pickings, my friend.
Nah, yeah, I don't even heard of that. But shout out to Wing Command. Wing Command.
Oh fuck, man! I seen Wing Command.
Yeah, Wing Command is I forgot his name, but Wing Command is owned by a dude. He was originally from San Diego, and that's where like. It's a wing restaurant, and they would show all the boxing matches, but it's like a hot wing restaurant, but they sell Filipino food. They don't really advertise it as much, but like all the Filipino people know and go over there. And,
damn, man, I should have said Wing Command. All right, next one, right?
Yeah.
Richmond Brave.
Richmond Brave is my new project with Big No. It's based off of Richmond used to have a minor league team called the Braves, who was like the Atlanta Braves minor league team. But yeah, that's my newest project. It's out now.
And Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil's the single. Yeah, man. Shout out to Big No again. Uncle Phil's the first single. It's a real hard, energetic song. It's on the radio actually right now in Virginia. So yeah, things is looking up.
And that's the game, bro. Good shit, man.
Oh, I got one.
Go.
I want him to expound on this. Trilipino.
Trilipino is something I started calling myself because like first I'm Filipino, but the word trill originated in the South, so I feel like that's like kind of telling my story with a word, you know what I mean? I've seen like other people flip different words with like Pino in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if anybody else is using Trilipino, man, do your Googles, man.
Hey.
I was using it first, bro.
He has a pair of these Warrior style basketball shorts, and I always ask him. I was like, "Run my size, dog. I'll pay for it."
Hey, you want to hear something crazy? It was a company a couple years ago that like let you customize it, like those type of Just Dawn style shorts. But kind of found out the dude who had the company. He was making them in the Philippines. It's a Filipino dude who owned it, and he had the contract for like the NBA G League. So that's how he was able to use like the real materials and fonts. So
is he? Is that Charles Gray by any chance?
I gotta look it up. But like he was like, it's like you could pick between like the Warriors colorways, the Celtics, Lakers.
Super
and, like,
clean.
Yeah, they was official.
Super
I actually
clean.
got them with me, but not here. But yeah, they with me. Them shits are official, bro.
Super clean. Who were some of your favorite musicians growing up? Like that really pushed you towards this hip hop shit.
Man, like so many people. Like when I was growing up out here, of course, like bro, like you know RBL Posse, E40, like those was like some of the first people.
Right.
Like my cousin would bring tapes on, right? Or like was it IMP, Cool Nut. Mac Dre.
Damn, Kuna fuck.
Yeah, those was like the
Damn.
first things that I heard. But then like when I started watching TV, I started seeing like East Coast people. So I remember seeing like people like Onyx or like just whoever was out. I remember seeing like Nas. Then when I moved to Virginia and got exposed to like all like a whole nother world, of course, like Biggie, Wu-Tang,
8Ball, MJG.
Yeah, 8Ball and MJG.
Which were the lyrics I said in the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
That's why he giggled.
Like, it's so many, like just the culture of hip hop. Period. Like Dungeon Family, 3-6 Mafia, Master P, Cash Money. Like it's basically anything that came out influenced me one way or another.
Outkast was my shit. As far as like Southern, Southern rap, Outkast was always something that I always followed.
Yeah.
And like for real, that was like really my soundtrack to, like when I heard Outkast and then moved to out there, it's like I had already seen what it was like through their music or
through their lens. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, and it's crazy because like on my album Filipino, Big Rube from the Dungeon Family, who does like a lot.
Shit.
Yeah, he does all of theirs. You know, a lot of spoken word. Like me and him are cool. Like he did my intro. I linked with him in Atlanta. Like that type shit is like, yeah.
Brings
like,
it back home, like.
Bro, it's just like crazy. Like I was chilling with him in Atlanta. He's like walking around with me, telling me like stories, and I'm like, bro, I'm really with this dude who, like, I listened to growing up. You know what I mean? Like, and he's respecting me as an artist in my own right. So,
I mean,
man, that shit's crazy.
How do you feel like when you fucking kill that freestyle on that Outkast beat? Then,
man, it's just now it's kind of regular. Now I'm like, if I don't do that.
Then it's not right. It's not.
Yeah, you feel me?
It's
like,
not you. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Because I know the expectation I have of myself now, or what I'm capable of. Like where before it was like, damn, bro, I surprised myself. Like I did it. Now if I don't do it or elevate it, it's like sports or something. You feel me? Like if I drop 40, I gotta drop 50 next time and like one-handed dunk over Shaq. You know what I mean? If I don't.
Again, then what bro. It is? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got to
dig Will Chamberlain out the grave and dunk over him and shit.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, it's crazy because you know you can Google or you can YouTube Noah O, and you can see all of his freestyles. Right? You can see all of the videos he's done. You can see his discography. You can see his body of work. But CEO,
charged up,
store owner. Fucking look at this shirt, yo. Yo, look at this fucking shirt, yo. Man. This is charged up, dog.
I got an exclusive shirt. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Show them that. That one's rare. We didn't run, but rare. That's like we probably only made. Yeah, we didn't make many of those, bro.
So like, I mean, you were rapping before you were doing all of this charged up stuff. So when did you feel like you had to kind of like expand your repertoire?
That wrestling one is fire, though.
Man, for real, that goes back to like, bro, being raised out here, seeing people like E40, you know
hustle,
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's
get
like,
out the trunk.
Yeah, and like everybody, they weren't just a rapper; they was trying to create a brand or a movement. So
identity,
off top. So like from the jump, when I started rapping, I'm like, bro, that was just embedded in my brain, bro. Like you got to be like Wu-Tang or Rough Riders or whatever the fuck your movement is, Death Row. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you build a movement, it's something bigger than you, to where like all the pressure's not on you. You know what I mean? Like it could be you got 10 other people with you who repping that same thing, and it'll just have much more of an impact. So I know like right now, especially out there, and I'm starting to get like, like known people wearing our stuff. Like now it's really starting to hit me. That was the plan. Like
Dame Dash.
Yeah, Dame
That's
Dash.
crazy.
Shout out to Benny the Butcher. Shout out
Griselda.
to
Simba, yeah.
Yeah, like bro, like now, when you build something, like especially because like with rap, it's hella finicky too, especially like being from a smaller market where like nobody's gonna they might think twice about wearing a shirt with your name on it.
Right.
But that's why like I branded the symbol so hard. Like when you think of the Wu-Tang symbol or like the Rolling Stones lips, like it doesn't even need words. You feel me? Yeah, Hyro. It's just certain things that don't need words. And when you could create something that doesn't need a word, and then they get or they know what it represents, that's like that moment, you know what I mean? Like a Nike symbol or the MF Doom mask. It's like,
or like the Charged Up.
Exactly.
I feel like you rip it harder than people that are from there, like
What?
born and raised
Oh
there.
yeah. People out there say that all the time.
I know, because I see it, and then
Yeah.
you and just talking about how your dad gave back. I think about all the times that you would just tell people like, hey, if you need shoes, come to the come to the spot. We got shoes outside. We got backpacks.
Yeah.
You do your own giveaways, and you make sure the community knows that's a place where it's a safe place. Like,
hell yeah.
You need kicks here. You have these kicks. Like, we have stuff for everyone.
Yeah, that's like for real. That is something that we didn't even like plan originally. It just kind of happened. Like,
it's embedded in you, dog.
Yeah,
Pops
bro.
is a stand-up man.
Yeah, hell yeah. But like the store, bro, like it's really something beyond me. I know, like I could walk away, and I got little homies around. Like they know the mission, they know the core values or whatever.
Yeah.
Where it's gonna keep going. You feel me? And that's like important. Where it's like, you know, for things to be successful, it has to be something beyond you or just like the music. Like
You gave it a heartbeat, though.
yeah, bro. Like it's crazy because like, bro, it'd be like politicians and people like tapping in with me or like reaching out to me to do little stuff.
It's,
you know what I mean?
it's like Sweden. It's like a barbershop without chairs. Because people go there just to conjugate.
Yo, yeah, every day, bro. Like our shop is like, bro, people pull up just to like it be young people, like maybe. And they've told me like, bro, if I ain't come here, I'll be into some bullshit. Or people come there, producers will pull up with their MPC and just start like playing beats because we got like studio monitors that are Bluetoothed in the like kind of on the wall. So like
No flex there.
nah, it's crazy, bro. Like people come.
It's a nice looking store.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nah, people pull up and like it's really like a community space, bro. People pull up to network, meet other creative people, like and then you know hopefully they buy something because that allows us to keep the space there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, that's how. You know, people could support what we're doing, and if they want to see it continue, it's like, bro, buy some eventually. You know what I mean?
And is that in addition to, and I don't know if you still got this, but in addition to the recording studio?
Well, we closed the studio. Like we've had like a few studios.
Yeah.
That was a shared
this
space,
one.
right?
Well, nah. At first, like, we've had 3 like standalone charged up studios.
Sheesh.
But
Damn.
you know, technology has evolved now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. People
Like,
recording like in the bedrooms and
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
bro.
Off their
including
phone.
me,
You
You can't
like,
really
yeah.
monetize that shit. Yeah.
Like you could, if it's like in marketing, right? There's studios. There's a matter of fact. Shout out Yellow House. There's a studio right like a couple doors down from my spot. It's like those spots are good. Like if you gotta have the aesthetics of a fly studio, maybe for content. If rappers or different people are collabing or don't want to go to somebody's crib, you know what I mean? A studio can be a place like that where everybody's comfortable because it's like neutral area. But like besides that, it's a money making thing. Like
It's not really.
nah, man. Too and a lot of fuckery be going down the
Hella
studios, bro.
Right.
I don't have no, and I'm past the point in like my career where like I just want to hang out in studio.
I said no food or drink in here, y'all.
It's crazy because back in the day, right?
It's
back
like a
in,
fun place.
Yeah.
You know, it turned into a party zone. I'm like, bro, for me, like rap is like, bro, if I go to the studio,
Do
bro,
work.
Yeah, we gonna
Yeah.
do this shit and then I'm out, bro. I'm not here to like.
Yo, back in the day, like in
hold
the
my
studio,
phone,
yeah,
bro.
they used to be like, yo, get the drinks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I remember other people, right? It's like the other end of the spectrum. They're like, 1 hour, let's get in there and knock this shit out.
Yeah, that's
You know what
I'm
saying?
that guy, bro.
No girls.
Did you do any beats with, you do any music with Dex? Dex Beats?
Nah, I don't believe so. Where they from? Here?
Yeah, Dex is from here. R.I.P.
nah,
Dex.
Yeah, RP, man.
Nah, rest in peace though.
Yeah.
Nah, man, like out here. Man,
Jake.
of course, yeah. I worked with Fan Biz. Shout out CB.
Love
Jake.
y'all, man.
Yo, they just dropped that new video too. That shit's fucking
Shout out
wild.
Gritty, man. Fuck with Pretty Gritty.
Did you do something with Young Marv, Pretty Grit, recently?
Not yet. I was in the studio with him, but he got some fire about to drop. But like, I got a song with a kid from Fillmore named Callie J. He's hella dope. Like, I'm actually shooting a video soon for that. I'm trying to think of who else around here. Oh, my dude Manila. I work with him.
Manila.
Yeah. If it's anybody else, I'm forgetting because I know it is. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the Bay, bro.
It's crazy because like it seems that, and you're only here for like a limited amount of time, but you know, being born and raised in the Bay, then going to Virginia and kind of like setting your roots down there, you keep your connections and your work very live on both ends of the coast.
Bro, everywhere. Like,
I've been following him since
wild,
MySpace.
yeah, bro, like, nah, man. Like,
Social media was a real tool that kept kept it all together.
And you kind of like leveraged that early.
hell yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually how we got on that video on MTV was like Twitter. I feel like this, like when it comes to technology, like whoever's an early adopter gets the most out of it, right? So like Twitter first dropped, we got in touch with like the only people who were on Twitter at the time. It wasn't like random porn, random fucking political fuckery. It was just
real people.
Yeah, real people who are like, man, this is a cool thing. It allows me to connect. So like we were able to leverage like connections with people early, and it led to like results. I feel like the same thing with Instagram, like whatever. So I'm always like looking at like what's next.
You have like your eye and just the way you talk, like you kind of like analyze things and you kind of like look like see, that's why my rap career never took off, man. I just use technology to look for porn. It really fucked me up, bro.
He has a Nipsey-esque quality to him.
Yes.
Like that's, you're very much for the people. You're very much keeping it homegrown, and representation is big for you, and being sure you're always putting your right foot forward.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just
stand-up guy from day one, though. I'm gonna tell you, bro, for real.
That's just like something that's just like, you know what it is, bro. I was just talking with somebody, like, there's a lot of fuck shit that we doing, especially like around like. You know, I get it, bro. Like a lot of weirdos. Everybody wants to be like rich and famous, like, and it's like things like real shit goes out the window. Like people will do the goofiest shit just to
get that clout.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And it's like, nah, bro. At the end of the day, what matters is like really connecting with people. Really, you know, just having integrity and doing what you say. You know what I mean?
You know what's the craziest thing is that we've had like a run of guests here on FREE99, and one underlying kind of like trait that I see is that they give back to the community, right? That humility, that selflessness, and y'all gotta listen, man. This is a straight fucking example. Is that with that selflessness, it will push you to success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how you define it, you know, it's like the more you kind of like give, right?
Yeah.
And
give is to receive.
Yeah, give and have purpose, man. Like, and like you said, you know, you say we when you talk about the store, we, you know what I'm saying? You know that this is bigger than you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it's like you have a team, you know, and like you said, you can easily just walk away. You've done your work and this will thrive. This will live on.
Yeah, like I say we because like from the day one, it's like a lot of the things people see. I look at it like, bro, at the end of the day, the rapper is like the mascot. You feel me? But there's like fucking hella people around me who want me to win, who push me, who I know
the village.
More, the more successful I am, and the more, I don't want to say money, but just the more successful I am, the more I can make the right decision. It'll benefit more people than just me. That, you know what I mean? And it really goes back to like my dad. At the end of the day, shout out to my dad. I'm glad I had a father because he taught me that. He was like, bro, and like when you're willing to sacrifice yourself, that's what makes you worthy to be elevated in people's eyes. Like, and not even like I wasn't raised in church, like, but he told me that. He passed away a few years ago, but he told me that he was like, bro, the man is the man, not because like you poke your chest out, but because you're the one that's willing to like lay down for everybody else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that shit is just embedded in my mind. Like, nah, bro, the boss is not the boss because like he just wants everybody to point at him and recognize him. Like a lot of times, bro, when I'm around, I don't even want people to know like things I've done. You know what I mean? Like I don't like celebrate that. People know it's cool because I'm always looking at like what I got to do next. But
keep it going.
Yeah, bro.
Keep it elevated.
It's always more work to do. But yeah, man, like you gotta do like the most while you're here, and then hopefully, you know, it could help the people around you.
Just like want to transition to music a little bit, because one hell of a stage show. I'm gonna tell you, and what I want to know is a lot of people don't know who are some names that you share the stage with.
Man, I've shoot. Man, like
long list. I know. Some of your favorites.
Man, I've done shows with like you said, Griselda, Danny Conway, The Locks,
both of them,
Bone Thugs,
all of them.
Man, I'd have to look at like, you know what I'm saying?
Big
Pusha T, like I did a show a few months ago, real big show in Virginia. It was like with Pusha T. I opened for Pusha T. Yeah, man, shout out to Virginia. Pusha
so it's just you
legend.
and Chad Hugo from Virginia, right? The only Filipino.
Right? Nah, man, like for real, bro. And I'm trying to. Hey, man, Chad. I know your people told you. Holler at me, man.
Let's cook, Chad.
I know you're quiet, Chad, but just stay. You got to hear this.
Nah, he's a legend. You know what's so
legend,
crazy?
though,
like
yeah.
I moved from here to there, and I remember like before the world knew about the Clips, like I went to Virginia Beach and shit, and I'm listening to the radio. I'm like, man, these beats are so different. They weren't famous yet, like by any means. They were getting on the radio there, and then I heard that like Nori song, and he was like something about the Philippines. So I'm like,
oh yeah, that's
down. Super Thug, right?
Yeah,
Super
and
Thug.
I found out who he was, and it's crazy, bro. Like I'm hella grateful to like be in an area of the country where like, you know, I know people that work with these people.
Yeah.
It's still like they're on another line, but
it's
bro,
close. It's close. Though.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know people that be around these people or that's making moves with these people, and to know that like Virginia's not a big place, bro. Like I'm around or in an area of the country that really influences culture, whether it's like streetwear,
facts.
You know what I mean, hip hop, and that's a strength I feel like Virginia has. It's like it's so diverse. It's a southern state, but then it's also like the bottom of the East Coast, so we get a lot of like melting. You know what I mean? A blending of influences. Where like
I mean, like just to name a couple artists, right? You got Mad Skills or Skills, right?
yeah, Skills is like bro. Skills is like a big homie to me. You know? What I mean?
And then you got like Missy Elliott.
Yeah, D'Angelo, Chris Brown,
Chris Brown.
Songs. Like, and it's like I said, it's not a big, you feel me? Like, and then when it comes to production, you got cats like Lex Luger who helped you know, like innovate trap.
Tim, right?
Yeah,
Timberland, Neptune, but then you got cats like Knots and Bink. Those two.
Oh yeah,
like,
Bink, dog.
Yeah, Knots made like, man, Knots has made a lot of like legendary rap beats. Like,
and Bink was like he did some shit for like Kanye before he did like his catalog is fucking crazy.
Bink and Kanye were like the architects of like the Blueprint album. You feel me?
Oh yeah,
He from Virginia, bro.
And then there was some bullshit with what's that dude's name? I forgot. Micah. Fuck, what is it?
I'm trying to think. Then you got like on the sports side, bro. You got
Teddy Riley.
yeah.
Right?
So, bro, really,
come on,
really,
man.
All right, so really, a lot of the people that we just named from Virginia, it all comes back to Teddy Riley. Like he came to Virginia at some point in the early '90s, and started.
He built a house, right?
Look
like,
at this, dog. This is
Nah,
crazy.
man,
Like the
it's-
fact,
yeah.
like the historical knowledge
bro,
is crazy.
I love hip hop, bro. So
You know who else is
and I
from
love
Virginia
history.
too?
So like Teddy Riley came to Virginia at the height of his career, but then he started like Timberland, Missy, all them Neptune. They were all like high school students.
Yep.
He started like teaching
mentoring them.
Yeah, mentoring them.
Yeah.
Jodeci, like all these people kind of passed through this funnel, like all of these like legendary people, and then bro, then when it comes to sports, you got like Allen Iverson, Mike Vick, Alonzo Mourning. I mean, it's probably like
Alonzo Mourning.
100 legendary like sports people like
Yeah.
from the area too. So
You know who else though? Noah O.
Come on,
man, Noah
come
O,
on,
man.
We spin
Come
right
on.
now.
exactly, man. You gotta put me on that list.
So like you've been back how long in the Bay?
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah, a couple of days.
What
yeah.
was the first restaurant you had to go to?
I mean, I didn't go nowhere yet that I had to go to, but I have a bad habit. Every time I go somewhere, I go eat like all the junk food, bro. So I go eat like In-N-Out, Round Table.
Yeah, all the home shit.
Yeah, all the bullshit. I can't.
Oh, you like Round Table?
I mean,
Round
I
Table's
didn't
expensive as
no,
fuck,
I ain't
dog.
say
That's
I
that
like
rapper
it.
budget.
I just like
I fuck around
my
table.
uncle. Shout out to my uncle. Paid for it, but it's alright. It's really some mid.
Oh,
It's
yo.
mid.
Yo, you heard it here
It's really
first.
some mid.
Round
It's
Table's
not
mid.
Joyride.
It's not Joyride Pizza. It's not Joyride.
Nah, yo. I go eat Jack in the Box every time I come here.
There's no Jack in the Box.
Hell
What
no.
do you guys have? What
Burger King, McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A?
We got this shit. We got Chick-fil-A. Of course, you know the normal shit, but we got we got this shit called Cookout. Cookout started in North Carolina, but it's in the South. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
But they have it in Virginia now. Cookout, I'm gonna just have to show y'all the menu. Like Cookout is crazy, bro. It stays open till like 4 a.m. too. That's like the only fast food shit that's open till like 3, 4 in the morning.
We got Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
we
they
got
say
Jack
up
in
to
the
whatever,
Box.
and you can order breakfast any time of the day.
Yeah, we got
But
cracks.
Jack in the Box is the only place where you could get like a taco and a burger.
Yo,
Like that's great. A sourdough Frisco burger, whatever the fuck it's called.
And a breakfast sandwich.
and a hash brown instead of fries, dog.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yo, you know what's crazy is that Burger King over here, right, in Colma, they sell tacos.
Damn.
They do.
See, I'm gonna have to try that.
They're
now.
pretty good. I have to say, Burger King in Colma.
You know what's
keep it up.
crazy? Out here they had Carl's Jr. Out there they had Hardee's.
Hardee's,
But
yeah.
now it's like all one now.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
they still have Carl's Jr. here?
We saw Carl's Jr.
do.
Yeah, so out there is Hardee's.
Is there a green burrito attached to it?
Nah. See, what the difference was, like, Hardee's used to sell chicken. Hardee's was like KFC. Carl's Jr. was burgers, but now Hardee's is basically
They
Carl's
do
Jr.
burgers. I see.
But it's just with a different name, but it's the same exact shit.
In Australia, Burger King is called
Mighty Jacks or something.
yeah.
How did you know that? Right off the bat,
I know a
dog?
lot of random, like, pointless facts, bro.
I went there just to be like, I ate at a Mighty Jack's, and it was a mid.
You went,
Like, it
you went to
was-
Australia?
Yeah.
When the fuck were you in Australia?
I was like 18.
I want to go to Australia.
Hey, Australia.
I was just talking to somebody about Australia.
I was wearing a chain kind of like this, but it was like middle of the mall type shit. They thought I was a rapper.
Yeah.
They thought I was a rap.
They
a
heard that
rapper.
American accent. They're
Dude,
like,
yeah, I was wearing nothing but like jerseys. It was like the era of when
big jerseys.
big jerseys, and it was like every team had like an electric blue, a red. I bought every color of like an SF Giants jersey, and I wear a jersey every day. And they thought I was a rapper.
Where'd you go in Australia?
I went to Sydney, and then no, we stayed in Liverpool, which is like a suburb outside. But we was in Sydney's like San Francisco because it's 2 bridges that connect. I was smoking trees on the symphony
What's it
floor.
like over there?
It's like here, but there's more. There's a stronger presence of like Middle Eastern restaurants. You know, now it's now it's kind of popping. Like their food at like 2 o'clock in the morning is like getting like a doner, which is like the like the
like in the
falafel.
UK, yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's the same but different.
They're
You know
hella
what I
big on
mean?
streetwear over there. They eat that shit up, dog.
Yeah, it's the same but
Right,
different.
everywhere.
But,
Bro,
but
I'm sure you can kill that shit. You're fucking like merch, dog.
yeah,
Kill that shit.
and shout out to starting your own merch. Like that's a venture you
thank
probably
you,
started
yeah.
like what 10 years ago.
Yeah, I started like bullshitting around with really like during the pandemic, man. That's when I was like, one of my homies, shout out my homie Kareem. Make sure y'all hit up at the Loft RVA for all your
LOFT
vintage needs.
RVA.
Yeah,
LOFT
that's a-
RVA.
I hope
For
you
the
shit,
fly
because I'm gonna hit
vintage
you up.
shit. But nah, he has some heat, bro. He not the name drop, but he sells a lot of vintage shit to like known people. You know what I mean? Or he's like one of them cats. Like if you tell him like, find me this,
Yeah.
he'll find it.
Oh, he's a curator.
Yeah, he's a curator.
God
That's
damn,
what I'm
curator,
saying. He's not just like,
Taking over the world.
yeah, I
bro.
told him find me like a vintage like Polo Sport bubble, and he found it within like a week or two. Like I could tell him anything, and he'll get it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what his value is. But hold on, what I was about to say? Yeah,
Streetwear, Virginia.
yeah. The Loft RVA. He pulled up on me one day and he was like, "Yo, bro," he's like, "Why you don't drop more merch?" Because originally I was only dropping merch when projects came out. He was like, "You sell out when you drop it, right?" I was like, "Yeah, normally I sell out." And he was like, "Well, then you should drop merch all the time." So now I was like, "Yeah, let me try it." And I
You're like, you
started
got a
doing
point,
it.
sir.
God family.
You know what I mean?
God family money.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I've put out so much like shit. Like now, it's just in the rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And really, one thing pushes the other because I found like the more I'm dropping merch, the more it's like pushing the brand, the more it's creating a demand for my music, getting me shows. So
Eyes,
it's like,
right? Putting eyes on that shit.
yeah, bro. Shout out to. Man, I love streetwear, vintage sneaker culture. It's like it goes hand in hand with hip hop. You know what I mean?
So when are the Noah O's the shoes coming out then?
Man, I have some customs that we been designed. I'm just trying to like, man, I gotta move carefully right now.
Yeah.
Some things.
A lot of haters. A lot of haters.
But I do have shoes. Like the crazy thing is like, bro, I got like so many designs, like stuff already mocked up. It's just like, I got more, I say, ideas than like time. You know what I mean? And like money to drop them. But we got a lot of shit.
And to show me how creative you are and what you created for a long time, a particular franchise is trying to take your design and almost like take you to court to almost like lawyer you down to kind of run you dry to release a copyright that you've had previously. Am I correct? You don't have to say anything, but you can nod if you want.
I'm trying to think of the word. All right, so right now there's a major league franchise is trying to get
$1 billion franchise.
Yeah, $1 billion franchise is trying to get me to stop my pursuit of securing our trademark for Charged Up when it comes to apparel. That's the best way I could put it. So this logo right here, when it comes to music and entertainment, there is no other Charged Up BNT. Nope. Anybody out there, and there's a lot of people like that have Charged Up in their name. Like, bro, I own it. We own it. You feel me? But when it comes to the apparel, there's other people like, we've been screaming this since 2002, since we were kids.
Damn.
Like, but we just didn't take the legal steps like all the way. But like, of course, after Drake put out the song, the phrase became like more popular. And like you said, you've been knowing me since 2006. Or
pre-Drake.
You feel me? So you know this is not something that we created to capitalize off of hype. Like, no, bro, this is something.
He's been charged up.
Yeah, this has been something we've been screaming.
Was it this right here?
Yeah. You know what I mean? It went from this to this. But so right now there's a major league franchise that wants us to give up our logo. So we've just been dealing with that. So if you want to learn more about it, click the link on my bio. Just Google Charged Up ENT versus, and you'll probably see the results. But
it might be a rap battle, but
But yeah, man, it's I'll say this, like, to anybody out there, like, bro, if you got a brand, like, take it. If you have a brand or you're an artist, bro, and you really don't see yourself like stopping and you want to take it to its full extent, just like make sure you take all the steps you need to protect what you're building. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of times, bro, like people on the back end try to hurry up and take care of it. So I've spent a lot of money, bro, and time, like, because I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking beyond me. I have kids. I'm trying to do the right thing so that they can own,
leaving a legacy.
Yeah, they can own what we're building right now. You know what I mean?
That's generational wealth right there.
Exactly, man. This is not LLC Twitter, man. This is real life. Man. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because just the way you talk about everything, it's almost like Steve Jobs-ish. You know what I'm saying? Where you just kind of like go on a tangent. And you're like, yo, like, and you're already like on to the next. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. This stuff is real, bro. Like, for real, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like
right now, what are you thinking about?
Bro, I think that like minorities and people who come up having less innovate a lot of things. You feel me?
Yeah.
But a lot of times we die in like bad health and not owning shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the truth.
That was the most fucking like blunt
you know
shit
what I mean?
ever.
Like,
or working so hard for someone else to shine.
Yeah, bro.
Making someone else's
like,
dollar.
Bro, don't be so fucking captivated by fame or all these shit where you don't get to reap the fruit. You know what I'm saying? Reap the benefits of
enjoy
the things
your work.
Build.
Yeah,
bro. And that's hella important. Like, bro, I see this rap shit for what it is, bro. Like, they look in the music industry and all types of industries, bro. They look for talented, ignorant people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
To keep them down.
Yeah, or to take what they build, like, and give you crumbs, bro. And it's like that, when you're like moving strategically, you're threatening to that. You know what I mean? Kind of structure.
You're enticed by a small dollar amount that they own you for the next 5 albums.
Bro, come on, cuz. Like, this shit is crazy.
Jan got some. I think Jan got some.
I appreciate the mind or the like all the thinking that goes behind like everything that you do. I wanted to ask you, did you have like a hard time finding or like fighting for your path, like between you and your family? Like, did you have to convince them or like help them realize?
That's a good question.
Nah,
like,
you know it's
what
crazy.
you're doing.
That's crazy because like I hear about people like that. I feel very blessed where like So I'll say this, like my father's father was Sicilian from New York, right? They were Sicilian immigrants. My father's father was an artist, right? And what's crazy was like, I grew up in the Bay. My dad's dad ended up out here too, but he didn't raise my dad. But he was an artist, like a painter. And he taught like at different colleges out here. But he abandoned his family to be an artist, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so he didn't raise my father because he wanted to be a famous artist. So my dad, when he seen me going down this path of like being creative, he was like, I don't care what you do. Like, if that's what you want to do, you gotta get your money first and don't fucking abandon your people. Like, he kicked that in my head. So
he broke the cycle.
Bro, I was just saying, like, my mom, on one side, like, my mom was raised around, like, Sly and the Family Stone. She was raised in the city around, like, music, things like that. So there was never, like, from the time I was little, I remember, like, my parents, like, enrolling me or taking me around, like, artistic things, like breakdancing, creative writing classes. So it was like, nah, I think they were just happy that I found, like, a purpose or something I was interested in.
Yeah.
And then because, like, my father being the way he was, he just instilled it in me to, like, get money, to, like, you know what I mean? So
whenever you do with purpose, right?
Yeah.
Bro, do it with purpose and don't let people fuck you. So, like, there's money in everything. Figure out how to get to the money. And then when you get to it, like, don't let nobody, like, screw you over. So I didn't go through that. I do, you know what I mean? Have many friends where they're like, nah, their parents wanted them to go to college.
Become a nurse.
Yeah, and I feel fortunate, like, bro, and I didn't like it, you know what I mean, growing up, because my father had an entrepreneurial mindset where he was like, man, fuck the system. I'm not working for anybody. I'm going to be my own boss.
Yeah.
And that, like, as a kid, that was hella crazy to me because I just wanted that. I was like, bro, why you can't just, like, go work for the city? And, like,
it's so crazy.
Be done at 5 o'clock and be home, right?
That's so crazy because it's like the opposite,
just, like,
right?
go fucking work and we have a normal life. Like, sometimes we would have money, sometimes we'd be fucking poor. But I think everything serves its purpose, you know what I mean? Because it molded me into who I am. But nah, I never went through that. Like, I have friends who are like, bro, I had to, like...
Not even at home?
Are they Filipino? Are your friends Filipino?
Nah, some. But no, like, I mean, bro, just all across the spectrum, I hear those type of stories where it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel very fortunate, like, and, like, my sister and I talk about this. We're like, bro, like, damn, we had an unconventional, like, upbringing, but it was perfect for who we are now. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
you know, it's wild because, like, I think, you know, what people push for, and this is just me trying to understand those parents, right? Being a parent, they try to push for stability, right? Because, you know, once they're gone, that's really the only thing that, you know, if you push that stability, then you know for a fact that they're good. Right?
Yeah.
But it was the opposite for you, where your pops was like, yo, do what you got to do, but get that money, right? So he was just like, do what you want to do, but fucking do it 150%.
Yeah, get to the bag.
Yeah, get to the bag.
And don't let, like, he would tell me, like, don't be so, like, we would look at, like, shit with rappers and different people, and he'd be like, yo, that person's a piece of shit. They're trying to exploit this person. Like, we would have these conversations, but on the other end, I became, like, me knowing the ups and downs of, like, music or entrepreneurship. I'm pushing my kids, like, go to fucking school.
It's so funny, right?
You know
It's so fucking funny.
Be an accountant, bro. You don't want this.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want this type of life. Like, just go be an accountant or go, you know what I mean? Like, so that, you know.
It's crazy because it's
get
like...
a retirement, get medical, get dental.
You feel me? Like, that's what I'm telling my children.
That's so
I don't want them to
dog.
go. It's not an easy lifestyle.
It's not for everyone.
Nah, it's not for everyone. And, you know, so... unfortunately or fortunately, I think my kid is gonna be just like me. Like, now I got a son. He's like, from the time he was 5, like, this little dude is in school hustling. Like, I got a 5-year-old son. Well, he's 10 now, but I remember one day he comes home. He had $1, and I'm like, bro,
where'd you get that fucking money, bro?
Yeah, like, you know, little kids, you're always like, don't accept money or shit from strangers. And he comes home, he got $1. I'm like, where you get this? He was like, well, my teacher gave me a pack of Smarties because I was well behaved. She gave me $1. And he was like, I want to use this $1. Take me to the dollar store to buy more candy.
Wow.
So I take him, and he goes and buys more candy. Then he sells it. He comes back. He came back like a couple days later. He had a $20 bill, and mind you, he's like 5'6". I'm like, all right, let's have a talk. Where'd you get $20 from? Yeah. I didn't give it to you. And he's like, man, he was like, it's another kid. He never gets to leave the neighborhood. And he knows I have candy, so he gave me the 20 to go to the store and get him candy and told me I could keep the change. So like we had to call the kid's mom, like, and they're like, no, it's cool. Grandma gave it to him. He can do what he wants with it. So it's like I already see the effect of like my kids growing up with me.
It's working.
Yeah, in their mind, they're like, bro, I don't have to go get a job. I can just like flip shit or do this. So I'm trying to keep like, and now my son is 10 and it's like, I don't see the point of going to school or that.
Yeah, and you're like, what about nursing? What about being a nurse? You want to be a nurse?
Want to be a mailman?
Yeah, exactly. What about your pension, dog?
Bro, he's 10 years old and he's already like,
he
told me he wants to quit school. He's like, I could just do this or that. And he's right. But it's like, there's a lot of...
you know what's next, right? He's going to start doing people's homework and shit. Charge them up.
Bro.
Hey, you know what? He's be like, yo, I charged it up, dog.
Yeah. So that's like the funny part. But again, like, this type of lifestyle, like, it's a part of me. Like, for real, I'm not even going to lie. Like, a long time, I would wrestle with it. I'm like, bro, it's like part of me that's like, am I being irresponsible by doing this? Maybe I should just like, you know, go back to school.
You got a gang of kids too.
Yeah, bro, I got hella kids.
Oh, you got like a starting lineup for the NBA and shit?
Starting 4. Me, I'm the 5th. So.
Yeah. He's a player / coach.
Oh, that's like an Ice Cube's league.
Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr,
that's so funny though, man. Just kind of like looking at the dynamics of that, right? Because I grew up and like my mom was like, yo, take piano class. I'm like, all right, took it. I'm like, fell in love with music. And I was like, I want to do something with music. And she's like, there's no money in that. I'm like, yo, but you led me down this path, right? Yeah. But then now it's like she you know, they want to preach stability, and then I want to do the opposite. And then with your pops, who was an obvious entrepreneur, you were like, get stability. It's like the opposite, right? It's always like a pull and pull.
Like I was saying,
push and
bro,
pull.
like for a long time, like I remember I worked for Capital One. Like Capital One is real big in Virginia. It's like one of the main employers. Like it's a great, if you work for Capital One, it's a great job to have like in that part of the country. So
you ever get to meet Samuel L. Jackson?
No.
Oh, damn.
But I got to meet like some other people they would bring around. But like, bro, like in Virginia where I live, bro, they got a Capital One campus. It's like
their Google.
Yeah, it's like Google. It's like a fake town, bro. They got lakes and apartment complexes.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Basketball courts, like you know, they give you free food. It's like crazy. You know what I mean? It's not reality. It's like a whole
capital.
Yeah, it's a whole city they built. But anyway, he you know, I told him I was working, and he was like, it's, you know, most parents would be like, man, I'm so proud of you. You're doing the right. He'd be like, yeah. Like I'm a sellout.
Like, there you go.
I don't see how you do that. The co-op thing. You know what I mean? But my dad was one of them type of like really like radical type people. You know what I mean? Like anti-establishment.
Yeah.
High values though.
Yeah. Values. But again, like, you know, for a while I didn't get it, and then now I just like realized like, yeah, them values or them things he was talking to me, because I do believe like, bro, yeah, you could play it safe, but like the pandemic really showed me like, bro, life is short, bro. Like I've lost hella people, like both of my parents, you know what I mean, have passed away. Hella people I love has passed away. So I'm like, all right, there's like part of me that's like, yeah, you be responsible, do what you got to do, make sure your people and your responsibilities are provided for. But like, I do believe like life is too short to be like just doing shit to make other people happy, or not doing what you feel. You know what I mean? Like, and I believe like in all humans, like in all of us, bro, that sense of purpose or what we really should be doing is instilled with us. And I know for me personally, like that wrestling that was going on internally was because I wasn't really doing what I was supposed to be doing. Now, I don't feel that like internal back and forth. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
You don't feel like you're being held back?
Nah, bro. Like I'm chilling. Like, yeah, I don't have the stability I once had, but you know what I mean?
I would have to beg to differ. I mean, because like you said, right, you're creating a fucking culture. You're creating a movement, right? Yeah. You can literally step away from that storefront and you know that whatever you instilled in these kids, whatever you've done, all of the work up until now will move on its own, right? That charged up logo goes way further, but that's still you.
Yeah.
So you've created your own stability.
True. But you know what I mean? Like that stability, like they get precepts, like, bro.
Oh, no, you're talking about like the
chasing paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and especially like, all right, bro, like I know why my grandparents came over here. It's like, come over here, they sacrificed.
Better life.
Yeah, to a better life. And it's
Yeah.
like, bro, even like the mundane shit here is a step up from some countries. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
have these conversations with people a lot where it's like, bro, you know, people in Philippines or South America can work 3 times as hard, and it's like
Not
you
getting
still,
it,
not
Pennies
get
on-
shit
yeah.
unless you know somebody who's this person or that person. But yeah, bro, like, yeah, that it's like everybody got to do what they feel. You know, I can't really articulate it without it sounding irresponsible, especially because like being in entertainment, which is what, you know, hip hop is at the end of the day. I've seen a lot of people neglect like their kids, their family, their responsibilities. Like, yo, to make it, I gotta fucking just go live out of my car and leave my family behind. And it's like,
Well, that's like that's kind of like the same thought process as your grandfather, right? But now you have the artistic side of your grandfather, and you have the work ethic of your father, and you're putting it together, and you're creating your roots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If anything, I can compare it to you being like a boxer. Boxers, coaches, or like, you know, coaches for boxers always say, don't get caught marveling at your work. Always have your guard up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I never heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause you don't.
Rommel.
yeah, man, very
My
profound.
goodness.
I don't know them, bro.
I don't know if you know this, but I used to rap, dog.
bro. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, because you don't want to get caught. You don't want to get.
marveling at
Yeah, no, you don't want to get caught. You don't want to get caught admiring your work because
Yeah, that's how you get punched in the face.
that's how you get punched in the face. And that's what you, my friend, have always done.
Yeah,
You've always
yeah.
made sure that you never marvel in your work.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure right now, even though you look at your body of work, you still don't think you've done enough.
Yeah, like, bro, this is like, nah. Because I'm looking forward, you know what I mean? I feel like that's when people fuck up. And it's a part of me too, bro. I don't want to be that dude that's like, we all know people like this. It's still people talking about fucking winning like some game in high school, bro.
Yeah, Al Bundy.
You
Real
feel
Al
me?
Bundy, dog.
Or like the dude from Napoleon Dynamite's uncle. He threw
Rico!
the football, he threw the football over the mountain. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
no, bro. Like, and unfortunately, like, it's a cliche too. People are like, you know, this. I don't know what I watched when I was like 15, where it's all about what you've done now. You know, and true, like, especially right now, like we're in a time where like due to social media or technology, like time is like moves fast, bro.
Yeah.
Motherfucker could be viral yesterday, and then today is like, oh, do you remember that? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Tila Tequila.
yeah, who? But she was hella famous. Or
She was.
She was Tila Tequila.
Yeah, man.
I was about to say somebody. Mia Khalifa.
Yeah, her too, right? Yeah, her too, man. Jan, some last words. You got any last words? Any last questions for our boy, our family?
Noah Odo.
Man, I just wanted to say much respect to like everything that you're doing. It was very good.
Very good.
Know
Noah.
your story. My bad. Just wanted to say thanks, man.
Nah, thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. I'd have to say you have been blessed with the struggle. And what that means is that you've seen the worst in people and you've seen the worst in situations, and you were dropped in the worst situation and you made gold.
Yeah, man.
You always talk about, like, you know, if you're doing the right thing, this and that. But like I said, you never marvel in your work. So you, sir, are a prize fighter. You're the Floyd Mayweather of charged up records. You are business savvy. You could fucking spit a freestyle, which is like wild, dog. Your freestyles are so sick, and you care.
Yeah.
So I don't know what other attributes you need to add on that to win, but sir, you're doing something very good. Is like what Jan would say.
Thank you.
I'm very fortunate to have witnessed a lot of evolution, a lot of growth, a lot like I got to see it to where it was this young white kid in an airbrush shirt, had 330 rich. Yeah, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's right. I was sitting back at the club. I was just soaking it in, and to how he evolved and how he's constantly evolving, constantly adapting, constantly changing and growing and building a community. I'm very fortunate to witness a lot all of that, thanks to social media, because he's doing this on the other side of the country, and he's back home, and he's stomping around like he never left. He like the circles you move in and how you're able to move shows a lot about your character. And me and you always talked about working, and I'm very, very, very blessed to have you on the podcast, because this is something we talked about for many years.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all.
To get you on and to talk about it. So for this to come full circle, I'm just excited to see what's next. What's next for No and just to give you your moment to please share final thoughts and where they can find you on the socials and whatnot.
Yo, follow me at Charged Up Noah O on all social media. Contact us, chargedupent.com. Follow at Charged Up Store, CHRGDUPSTORE. And man, look me up on YouTube. You want to see any of those freestyles, Noah-O.
Look how humble that shit is delivered.
Bro, because I can't even remember all this shit. But yeah, man, just look me up, man.
Look him up, dog.
Yeah, Noah-O, Charged Up ENT, Richmond, VA to the Bay. Charged Up is the movement, man.
VA.
Episode 175. Shout out to Joyride Pizza, joyridepizza.com, at joyride.pizza is the socials. This is Noah-O. This is the FREE99 podcast. 175.
175.
Man, appreciate you.
Brother.